it's pretty simple. There's only two 4 long Technic lift arm fins, two long axles, one of these with the axle port and then the pin port, one of these old feet pieces. You can use the thick ones with the axle here if you want to, but for that you're going to need, for my hair I just used 3 of these rubber hoses and just intertwined them. It gave it a really cool and neat where it stuck out to the side a little bit like it was waving or blowing in the wind. So it was pretty cool. Start off, you're going to take one of these little pins, or these little axles, one of the lift arms, and then stick the first pin in the back of in this one axle slot. You're going to take the Technic connection, simply just slide it onto the axle. Take the head, and for the eyes I use this little piece of tubing. Can't see that, this little piece of tubing, but you can use like the Radaka head where it's the 2 little hands on the lightsaber bar. You take the other axle, stick it in the last axle port, slip it through the pinhole, and attach the final Technic left arm. There you have her head, or her jaw. This part is completely optional. You can use like the chains like Biorock Dude does, or one of the other various mockists who can show you how to make hair better than me. But if you do want to use this rubber hose design, it's very simple. It's just 3 hoses and 3 of these little pegged, it's like a stud on the end of a clip or on the end of a pin. Slide onto the end of the hoses, connect the hair, get that in the light, my bad guys. This is my first video, so I'm not sure, I'm still working out the kinks of how to do everything off and on camera. So then I just connected the 3 hoses into each one of the little points into this little gear. You can the design was crap anyway for the thighs. I literally just threw them together because that was really my first MOC of that scale, using the Technic pieces like that. So there's the head. Anyway, that's the head. To make the arms, the pieces you're going to need are 1 Rock Sheet head, 1 Technic piece of this small axle and peg, 2 pneumatic T-pins, 2 peg axle pins, 1 sphere with the axle hole through it, 3 decorative spike pieces. The big ones can be used as well, or the small ones. Along with, you're going to need 3 of these Hero Factory / Bionicle / Exoforce hands, or smaller arm pieces. 2 long axles, doesn't matter on color. 1 3 long. One of these is just a Fantoka sphere recolored. An armor piece. 1 limb. 1 bone piece with the 3 holes, and then the 2 axles and the 2 ball joints, or ball sockets. 1 of these elbow pieces. 1 bionicle foot, and then 1 of these longer extended Technic pieces. Again, you're going to need 1 hand piece. The first piece you're going to use is this bone piece. with this elbow piece. Simply just clip the elbow into the ball socket, or the ball socket, yeah, and have this little piston thing, sculpting pointing down. We're going to plug in the arm here, or the limb. Plug on the hand. You want to take your little blue axle pin, put it into the axle hole there. Take this little Technic piece and clip onto the blue pin. Connect the Roxy head to that little black Technic piece. Take the foot, take the longer Technic piece, axle pointing with the axle, lining up with the axle holes here, of course, and just slot that through, line it up with the axle hole. You can also use a standard 3-long axle if you wanted to. Then add this piece to the arm with one of these little black 2-long axles. Take the sphere, or the ball, and slot it into the foot. Take the last black 2-long axle, so you can slot this piece on there without the little clips here on the sphere getting broken. So when you put it on there, twist it just a tad bit and then slot it down so the axle sticks out just a tad. Then take the last blue pin axle and slot it in the hole closest to the ball joint. And take the armor. This is Bionicle armor, not Hero Factory armor, just in case you're wondering. And then slot it onto the arm. And once more, up to you guys how you armor this thing. Once you watch this video, you're responsible for how you MOC. So take the 2 little T-pins and then slot them into the hand fingers, and you can add a 3rd T-pin here for a 4th finger if you wanted to. 3 fingers, and that is an arm. Here's one arm, and then you just double it, mirrored. Alright guys, for the first part of the torso, I'm going to do it in segments so that I know exactly what I'm doing and how to build it. It looks pretty simple, but often the simplest things are the most confounding to me. So, here we go. You're going to need 2 of these armor pieces, 2 T-pin connectors, 2 of these T-pins, 1 5-angle Technic connector with the pinhole, 2 3-long Technic axles, 1 more of these foot pieces. These used to be coming the Throwbots and Robo Riders and crap like that. 1 of these weirdo pieces with the peg, and 2 axles. It's got this half-raised bushing already attached to it. 1 3-long Technic lift arm. 1 of these little blue half-pin, half-axles. Then a 4-long stopped version of a axle. So, I believe we slot this here, slot this piece there. So we want to set that off to the side for a moment. Take these 2 5-long, these 2 axles and shove them into the 5-long angled Technic connector. Take this blue pin and the remaining T connector and connect them. Slot them onto this piece here. And then slide these pieces on. Then slip this piece between those 2 armor bits and then slide the foot back on. The wedge going towards the little spinal column thingy. And there you have the back armor For the lower body, you're going to need 2 6-long axles. 2 of these Technic connectors, they're like U's. You're going to need 2 of them. You're going to need 3 of these Technic connectors, 2 3-long Technic rods, and then a 5-long. 2 blue pins. 1 more of these connectors. Another armor piece. You're going to need 1 of these Technic connectors with the axle slot on top with the 2 lower peg holes. That you make this is you want to slot together these 3 first. These 3 connectors with 1 of these blue pins. And she is truthfully really hollow. So, or the middle Technic connector here. You want to take these 2 6-long axles and plug them into the top of these Technic connectors. So you can slide them through like so. You want to take the final plush rod or axle, one of the axles, the 3-long axles, and slide it through. You want to take a blue pin and slide it through this piece. You're going to bring that down, slide it into this, clip that piece together, and then you're almost done. You take this Technic connector, this 3-long axle, and this 3-long armor piece. You simply just slide it on there like so.